movies, video games, good storylines. Let's talk about those. Max Payne 3, good storyline. Anybody play that? That's great.
No.
You should. You
I
should.
can't
So
say I
actually,
have.
Never
it's
seen it.
actually one of Max Payne 3 is actually an interesting game because I played it a million times and yet I probably watched it more so than played it because it tries like it's one of the first cinematic style kind of games, but still gives you a fair amount of control compared to today's cinematic games like Uncharted, which almost like you feel like you just put down the controller for a good 15 minutes while playing an Uncharted game.
Well, unfortunately, games are kind of losing their touch because they've been taken over by the weirdo media.
Nintendo.
No, so like example, I was playing a game and I'm like, watch this be the bad guy. Why? He's the only white guy in the storyline. And guess what?
Yeah, because they're racist.
That guy.
No, I'm sorry. Peopleist, because we don't believe in race. They don't like the whites.
Does that mean it's considered prejudice to say something like whites play the best villains? Because they want whites to always be the villains, but if you say that and say they're better at something than anyone else, oh no.
Well, they had a really flamboyant guy, and then they had the guy that was like the street guy, and I'm like, I bet you he's the villain. Dun dun dun. Guess what? Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. And he treats the flamboyant guy mean.
That's what it's getting, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard. I can't remember who. Some actors have said they want to play a villain so bad, but they can't because they're not white.
Yeah. I know Charlize Theron said that she gets pissed off whenever she sees like one of the first things on the script she gets handed is like strong woman. Like, okay, so I know what this is. It's like, yeah, they have no creativity. They play by a handwritten book, and it's like I always go to the latest Scream movie as my example. I never seen it. The moment I heard it was getting made, I guessed who the killer was, and I was right because you have to play by their handbook, and the only killer can be because in the Scream movies, anybody doesn't know. There are 3 survivors through all of them. 2 women and 1 guy. Yes, who was the killer? The one guy. So yeah, that's how terrible they are. I could literally guess the killer.
It didn't happen to be the same guy that was quoting the rules of horror movies through the whole trilogy, was it?
No, he died in the first movie. He died in the first movie.
No.
The second movie. He died in the second movie.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know he was at least in the second movie because he was in the preview saying the rules for sequels,
Yeah. He was one of my favorite deaths, to be honest, because you don't see it coming. And then when he gets it, it's really brutal. You're like, oh, shit, I like that character. Bye, Jamie Kennedy. You're dead now. That's who played him. Now look at the good news. At least we're still getting Tremor movies.
Yeah, if Dune flops, they're going to take Kevin Bacon and send him up to that planet and say, fix that shit for him, will you?
They lost me after 1. I don't think they should have ever done a 2.
I like Mark 2.
They're on 8, aren't they?
Yeah.
Tremors 2 is the best direct-to-video movie ever made.
I don't know why,
they lost
but I thought you were talking about Dune there for a second.
Oh gosh! Imagine freaking Kevin Bacon in Dune.
That would be amazing.
That's what I was saying. Let's send him up there because he knows how to deal with this crap.
Embody the character of Val from Tremors with that very eccentric.
The movie that Kevin Bacon loathed for 25 years and now adores.
And also send him along with that redheaded lady with all the guns.
Reba McEntire.
Was that Reba McEntire?
Yeah, that's Reba McEntire.
Baby. Yeah.
And oh god, I can't remember the guy's name, but he played on
Michael Gross.
Family Ties.
Michael Gross. Family Ties. Yeah.
Yeah, he plays Bert Gummer.
He's still playing him. That's the reason it's his life now. It's his job just to be in freaking Tremor movie.
No, he's done after the 7th one, supposedly.
Really?
What should I pick? Rate of fire or more penetration?
Yeah. Well, anyway, on Planet Dune there, if you got problems with huge giant space worms, then get some rednecks from Arizona. They'll fix it for you, no problem.
He's just going to be looking at all the hippies drinking the magic water mixed up with like dead worms and be like, what the fuck?
Or you could use a laser.
Ooh.
But
Too bad I'm not on the
Tremors-
right screen for that to come up with a quicker,
Jewish
but
space lasers.
there it is.
Tremors 2 is fantastic. It got
I
some
do
of the
like it.
best lines of the franchise. It is Bert on
Yeah.
steroids. Like, if you like Bert in the first film, watch out. The firepower he has to him in the second film, and he has probably his best line in the whole franchise. He pulls in, trucks completely
I'm
torn
all
up.
out of ammo.
I am
That's never happened
completely
before.
out of ammo. Or at the end, it's kind of spoilers. Let's just say they set off a very big explosion and everybody hunkers down and Bert just keeps running past them. No, it's going to be big. We got to get farther.
Yeah, keep going. That is a good one. Yeah, yeah.
So what do you
third
think would
one's
happen if the
bad.
Starship Troopers landed on Dune?
Oh.
Well, what's the meme? No matter what universe you're in, just add, and then what was it? Damn it! Then the Empire of Man shows up from 40K.
Man.
We're here to colonize you.
It's like, oh, crap.
Imagine the Imperium of Man from 40K going against the Imperium in Dune.
40K would probably win, I'd imagine.
Probably.
But it would be a very long fight. A very, very long fight.
The Reapers will probably have a good chance against the Imperial Man.
Those guys are hard to beat, man. They're really just like, I think they're just like the epitome of power in fiction to an extent is the 40K universe. The OP universe, as I like calling it.
With that, and they can also start indoctrinating the fucking Space Marines and turn them against them.
There's that.
Until the X parasite infect them and spread everywhere. For mixing sci-fi universes.
But then
Why
all
not?
they gotta do is drop some planet killers to end everything, which is essentially the exact same thing. It's a giant parasitic disease that's can wipe out an entire planet.
I am so out of my element here.
Jersey says,
Transformers, Megatron, Cybertron.
Jersey says in Dune they need their giant worms for good drugs. Well, here on Earth, all we need is some good potting soil.
ATST.